Morning all. ADHD Unite UK. So just wanted to come on. Obviously, I did a video the other day about my life really in addiction and having an ADHD and stuff like that. I give you a bit of my life story and that. I just thought I'd come on today and give you a bit of my ADHD really and how I got sober and then found out that I had ADHD. So, as you know, I'm a recovered alcoholic addict. Recovered I am, but I'll never be cured from it, Getting sober, I got sober through a 12-step program. CA Anonymous. It was tough because what I know now is I was self-medicating for ADHD, and obviously that was my solution at the time. Cocaine did something for me where, other people get paranoid and this, that, and the other. I never did. It was as if when I was on cocaine, I was normal, as if to say. I could focus and I could do all the things I couldn't do when I was sober. I never knew why. So anyway, I got myself sober. I went through a 12-step program and I had a spiritual awakening. I was one thing, and I always believed in God. I think, but I started to pray and ask God for help, and I got it. I'm 4 years clean and sober this month on the 22nd. My prayers got answered. So anyway, again, I had to write things down. I have to activate my brain to remember some things. I can't remember yesterday, but I could remember 20 years ago. It's like a photographed memory of, And when I say I don't remember, I can remember yesterday, obviously, but, if something activates my brain to a memory, I just remember it like that. I'll take you right through everything, the conversations we've had. And, my brother said to me once in the yard, do you remember that phone call? It was, I said, yeah, I do, yeah. So we were stood in the yard and I just said to him, I said, yeah, we were stood there. You had such a coat on, and you were discussing this, and this, and I was stood there, and it's all here, but someone or something has to activate it for them. I think the normal people just not say normal. It was normal. Did he just remember? It's like I have to get activated. The brain needs to be activated around certain things, and I can have conversations and just wander off, concentrate on something else. They're all ADHD things, but anyway. So getting sober, I got myself sober and really started to enjoy life. But the more I got sober, the more my brain wasn't right, and the stigmas around it, and it was all over. It was just starting all over again, like childhood. Oh, you're stupid. You're just naughty. I'm not saying I wasn't naughty. I was doing naughty things. But I wasn't going out doing naughty things because there was something there what I just never knew. And it was I find out later on. Obviously we don't create the dopamine like a non-ADHD, and I was always chasing thrill seeking, and it was, I did all the thrill seeking in the wrong ways, with crime and stuff like that. So when I got myself sober, my brain just wasn't working, and I was getting stigmas. I want to kill these stigmas off, They need to go, ADHD people were very clever and creative people. And it's understanding that the negative side of it is, I'm not going to blame anyone, but people not understanding ADHD, which is fine. You're not supposed to, but it's, how can I say it? It's the stigmas around it, and that with this, that, and that, and the other, and everyone's jumping on the bandwagon, and everyone's got ADHD. Everybody, not everybody has ADHD. And it quite annoys me when they say, "Oh, we've all got a bit of ADHD." Live in my brain for half an hour, yeah, you'll know if you've got ADHD. And it's not easy, but life can get better, and it has got better. So I got clean and sober. Found out that I had ADHD. Someone quite nicely just said, "Have a look at your ADHD." So I did, because I was getting suicidal, and I thought all them days were over of being suicide. Suicide was in the madness of using cocaine, because in the end, don't matter. Cocaine stopped working for me, and I just wanted to die all the time. I used to shut my eyes on the motorway and everything, just be over in a minute. And anyway, so going back to the ADHD, I got diagnosed. I went through ADHD 360. Didn't get any help off the doctors, the GPs, or nothing like that. My GP, oh yeah, it's depression, because they're going off a tick box. I don't really want to get into all that, but it's got to be a psychiatrist what diagnose you. And I went to ADHD 360. A brilliant, just brilliant. Everything about them, they're dead understanding, dead nice to me. And I went through the diagnosis, but you do it online, and you answer all the questions and stuff. Once you've done that, then you pick a psychiatrist. And back then it was 2 weeks I had to wait, and I waited 2 weeks. I had to see a psychiatrist. Obviously got diagnosed, and I had every part of ADHD, hyperactive, the depressing sort of side of it, this impulsive thinking. I had RSD, which is rejection sensitive disorder. Everything what come, I was 90, I think it was around 96%, which is very high, obviously. So finding out I had ADHD, I had to wait then for a couple of months. I think it was probably about 4 months, because of my heart attack I had due through using cocaine, alcohol. And they had to make sure I'd got the right tablets and everything else. And they are very on it. They're on it. That bit took a while. I was actually in bed for 4 months when all that was going on, and I just wanted to die. I could not focus. But I tell you, there was one thing what did get me going was a Tuesday night meeting, which was for my alcoholism and cocaine use. And that's the only meeting I used to do. It was Tuesday night, and I used to put a face on and smile. But I did get some sort of dopamine from that meeting, so it, probably kept me alive as well for the second time. Then I got the meds, and the first day I took the medication was just unreal. It's like being in a rave, right? It's like I've been in a rave for months and months, all noise and chaos all around me. not knowing my thoughts just spinning around, and then everything just going bang, quiet, no music, no voices, no anything, and it was really, really. I could hear birds tweeting outside again, and you know, it made a real big impact on my life. There was I had stigmas again around. Oh, you're just lazy. Get up, go for a walk, go and do this, go and do that. You're not doing this program. You're not doing it. I was doing everything. I was doing my program. And I'm here today. I'm still here sober, so I must have been doing my program. But them stigmas, can damage people, and they were damaging me. And I'd had them all my life, don't forget, because when you're a child and nobody understands you, you're getting the same sort of stigmas, and it needs to change. It really does need to change. That's one thing I'm going to keep talking about, because it's not right. This is a mental health illness, and really does take lives. So many people commit suicide over it, and I was very, very close to it, so I know firsthand. So I'm here telling you, this is my story. It's suicidal stuff, but there's ways what I didn't know of at the time to connect to and get help. So I got diagnosed. I had the medication. I'd been in bed for 4 months. I got up that day. It was medication. I felt it kicking. It went quiet. I went straight out for a walk. I wanted to prove to the world, look, hey, look, I'm out walking again. I'm doing it. And I don't have to prove it to anyone, but people need to know that this is a serious mental illness, and I will always have it. I've always had it. The way I coped with it was through drinking drugs, and today's a total different thing. But so I got on the medication. I actually went out walking that day. I enjoyed it, loved it. I could never read and write properly when I was in school. I still can't now. And I'd been for my walk, and then the next day I'd done my tablet. And I actually stayed in bed for 4 days, reading my big book from AA, what we read from. And I read the whole thing because I didn't feel like I knew anything about it. Although I was clean and sober, and deep down I knew, I knew enough. And I did take it in. I took enough in to keep myself clean and sober. But with the stigmas of, oh, you're lazy and you're this and that and the other, I think, I thought I wasn't worthy. My confidence had gone through people giving me all these stigmas of, I've not done it right, I've not done this, I've not done that. Well, get on this. I'm here today. Yeah. I'm coming up to 4 years clean and sober, right? So I did do it. So guess what? Everything I was saying about ADHD, yeah, and how I can't focus and I can't read it properly, I'm here today. So it was me ADHD, wasn't it? Right. I'll blow my own trumpet there, and you know what I mean? But I'm here today, and I'm doing the next right thing. I'm helping people, and I'm helping people in recovery, sponsor people in recovery, and they do all the work. It's nothing to do with me. I just help them go through a 12-step program, which is reading a book, and I just get them to understand it. That's all we do. We just direct them in the right way, and it's a great opportunity for me to come through everything I have been. Suicidal in addiction, suicidal with my ADHD, and to turn my life around and be able to help other people. And it's free as well, totally free, and it's nothing to do with me, my ADHD Unite. It's a total free thing, and you know, if anyone's struggling with addiction, please look up AA, CA, 12-step program. Best thing I ever did. Yeah, that was the start of my journey. I had a spiritual experience, which was great, and you know, God helps me on my way today. So then you have what I did. I had a grieving process. Was like, oh wow, and for me the grieving process was working out my life again, and it's sort of like, oh, I missed out on this and I missed out on that, and I couldn't do that and I couldn't do this, and it's a very negative, and thoughts come round your head. I remember one day before I was medicated, my head was spinning that much. I got home, I was sick on the way home, and I got into bed. I thought, I can't do this, and my head was spinning, and I actually thought my head was going to get stuck like that, and it was just chaos. And so where we went from there, sorry, someone's trying to ring me. I've not put it on airplane mode. So where I went from there is a grieving process, and it really knocked me. Really did knock me. So I had the medication, and the medication was working great, actually, you know, started to get my life back. But you still have ADHD, and with having ADHD and not understanding your diagnosis, I mean, you don't even have to be diagnosed. If you think you've got ADHD, just educate yourself, find somebody with the education and the qualifications to help you. I found Graham Summerscales, great guy. We're still friends now. He's coming in with the charity work, what we're going to be doing and setting up for ADHD Unite UK. You know, and he coached me through everything I was going through. My emotions, I couldn't deal with my emotions whatsoever. My emotions all came at once, you know, and until I spoke to Graham, and he, you know, when my emotions came in, I had to really start pinpointing them to find out what my emotions were and what they were. Because a lot of people think I'm an angry person, or I was an angry person, and it comes across as anger. It's not. It's because I'm confused, and I don't know what emotion's coming in, and I have a rejection sensitive disorder as well. Rejection sensitive disorder was the worst thing for me. You know, anybody could say something, and I'd get rejected from it. I'd get dopamine from people saying, well done, and yeah, you're doing well, and, you know, that sort of stuff. But the minute I got rejected, boom, I didn't know how to cope. Really didn't know how to cope. So we went through rejection sensitive disorder with him, and started to get an understanding of the rejection side of it. And do you know what? The best thing was getting educated over ADHD. And do you know what? I'm on meds now. I'm on an Elvance 50ml, and it works great for me. It doesn't work for some people. It just depends on the person and the brain. And it's, you know, I do a lot of research on stuff. Yeah, if you get offered a tablet, take it. You know, why not? Why not? You know, if that is going to quieten your head and help you, why not? Now, if that tablet doesn't agree with you, then that's all right. It's they're only in your system for the day. So at the end of the day, You know, you might just feel a little bit ropey, but I don't know. It was fine, whatever. It wasn't my, I never experienced that, so I can't quote on that. But yeah, the tablet was great for me. It quieted my head. Then I could focus. Then I could start reading. Then I could start educating. I got myself a coach, and I went through RSD, rejection sensitive disorder. I went through my emotions, my impulsive thinking, my time. That was, so I jump in on everything. Me proper impulsive on my thinking, and I'm always yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think. And I'd seen this. Someone said, best thing for an ADHD. In fact, it was a pal of mine, Simon. Best thing for an ADHD is to say no. Just say no to everything. Then think about it. Go away, think about it. And if you decide, yeah. Because we're impulsive thinkers, we just say, yeah. And, we don't even recognise time because we've got that much going on in our heads. I mean, I started sponsoring and I took 4 sponsees on. And then everything was, yeah. I'll do this, I'll do that, do the other. And it was my counsellor that said to me, you took 4 sponsees on. You've got to go to meetings for your addiction. Where's your time for your family and yourself? I thought, yeah, shit. So anyway, so I sorted that one out, and but getting coached was the best thing. So education for me was the best thing. The tablets are good. If you can do it without the tablets and you're not suicidal, I say to everyone, get an understanding of your ADHD first, if you can. I couldn't because I couldn't find the education. I couldn't, I was really in a bad way. But I do say to everyone, get an education around it first. If you can, if that's possible for you, get the education first. And if you're an alcoholic addict, get sober first. Addiction and ADHD, they run it like that. And I think that this is what I was up against, was they both sound similar in a lot of ways. So when you're talking to another alcoholic and an addict, they're just going down that one route of alcoholism and cocaine abuse, and it's not. And I'd really like, I'm starting to do this now. I'm helping people in addiction with ADHD, and it's about the way you speak and just 12-step program. Never want to change that. It saved my life. But if I can get hold of an ADHD person what's struggling around the 12-step program and come in, it's just a different angle, really, and a different manner. Just, how you speak to somebody with ADHD. We don't understand that much, and especially with an addict. For me, I was coked out my head for years, 20 odd years, 25 years. So I didn't know much about life anyway. And then to get sober and feel great again, and then boom, burn out and crash was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Now, if I can help the alcoholic and the addict, and, especially the ADHD, I'm really passionate about ADHD, and I really want to, I know that 12-step program works, and I know there's a lot of people that don't understand ADHD. And for me, it nearly killed me. The stigma's nearly killed me. So if I can help somebody with the ADHD side of it as well and get them educated, I'm a happy man, really happy man. I don't want people to struggle like I did. That's the last thing I want. So, if anybody does have ADHD and they're struggling with cocaine abuse or alcoholism, just drop me a message. I'll tell you exactly how I did it you know. And if I can help you, I will help you. I can't help everybody. I have to self-care as well and look after myself. I've done all that trying to help and put the Superman outfit on. Here we go, let's help the world. Can't do it. It burns me out. I have to, I have to watch myself. So the coaching, ADHD coaching, it's expensive. Doesn't come cheap. Nothing comes cheap in this world. I'm trying my best to set up a charity where we can get. Well, I'm already doing coaching evenings with. I've got Graham Summer Scales, so you can look him up. He's on LinkedIn. He's on the internet. He's on my Facebook page as well. ADHD Unite UK. Look him up. He's a great guy. Very, very understanding. Very, very knowledgeable around ADHD. Fully qualified in every aspect. And as I say, great friend of mine now. Really is a great friend of mine. We've got a great bunch of people what come. It's every last Wednesday of the month, St Matthew's Church over in Stretford. It's the little building at the side of the church, and we get together there at 7 o'clock. Get there about 6:30, 7:15. Make a brew and biscuits. It's all there for you. Have a bit of a chit chat and get to know. Let's get this ADHD community going because it's what we need. I needed AA and CA, get connected with another alcoholic, and I think that's how it works. We get clean and sober that way. And I feel like there's not enough for ADHD people to get, a community. And I want to really build that community up. I really do, not for any needs of my own. I mean, it helps me as well because, at the same time, I'm being coached in that evening as well. And getting remembered on things and reminded and this, that, and the other. And I just find it really great. And to help people. I love helping people. Love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm very, very passionate about this. Very passionate. And it does cost money. Now, obviously, when I open a charity, we will be doing fundraising and all sorts of stuff will be going on. I've just got to get the charity actually named and up there. And it's not an overnight process. Like, I have to have trustees, directors, and volunteers. I have to have the right people on board. I've got a coach. I've got a therapist, counselling. I'd like to get into the schools, start educating the younger people, and I'd like to start helping them with GCSEs. I never got any GCSEs. Couldn't do it, couldn't focus. I do believe if you've got ADHD, you can have extra time in your GCSEs. I'll try and find that and put that on my website where they say that. But, we need to get together and just help. Get rid of the stigma of ADHD. Let's pull together. Let's get an ADHD massive community going. I know there's loads of you out there, and I know there's loads out there using drink and drugs to cope. Yeah, you don't have to use drink and drugs to cope. Yeah, you just need to come to any community, ADHD community. There is places out there. Mine will be on it every last Wednesday at St Michael's Church. Come along, fill that room up, fill it up. Let's get together. Let's talk. Let's chat, and let's start getting a life back because without knowing around ADHD, your life will stay the same. If I didn't know about my alcoholism and my cocaine addiction, if I didn't learn about them things, I would still be there now. Well, probably not. I'd probably be dead by now because I had the heart attack and I was suicidal. But I'm here to say to you guys today, anybody struggling with ADHD, any sort of mental health, come along, mental health, come along to the ADHD. Right, get with the community, get with us. And, anyone with addiction or alcoholism, you know, the places 12-step program. Look that 12-step program up. You know, there's plenty of people what I meet you in there, and I tell you what, my bestest friends are in them rooms, in them meetings. They really are loving, caring people. What don't want anything from you, just want to see you get well. You know, and so there is loads of things. I couldn't find these things because I was just out my face and I was ADHD. Mine was everywhere. I couldn't, and I don't believe there's enough information here, there, and everywhere to connect and get on. Now I'm trying to build this up. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. My Facebook page is ADHD Unite UK on Facebook, and my others are under Martin Donnelly and ADHD Unite UK. But yeah, come on. I'm trying to build my YouTube page, blogging up. So, you know, get connected. Find me on there and follow me on there. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Follow me on Facebook. My Facebook at the moment. So I've got research stuff and there's little videos on there, which is everything's researched and it's proper. So jump onto the Facebook, have a look at a couple of the videos I put on there. You know, the way the brain works and other stuff, and you know, it's all research. It's proper stuff. Have a read of it. Get yourself educated properly, and your life can begin again. I actually now feel within myself where I'm at that stage of understanding my ADHD. My life's got a lot easier. You know, I can pinpoint things what come in. I know when to take a break. We need breaks. We need our sleep. We need good food. Yeah. So sleep, food, you know, and breaks during the day. If you need a kip in the day, have a kip if you can. I do know companies and workplaces. You know, you have 15 minutes in the morning, 15 in the afternoon, and half an hour, whatever it is for dinner. You can actually speak to your boss, and if you need more breaks, you can break that 15 minutes up. You know, have a couple of breaks in the morning just for 5 minutes, and same again in the afternoon. Don't be afraid or ashamed of speaking up, please. It isn't that bad. You know, there is stigmas out there, but so what? This is your life. This is your life. You need to, you know, you need to get out there and say, I've got ADHD and this is what I need in this workplace or at home or in schools. And this is the message I want to start getting over. I'm going to start to get this charity going, and we're going to definitely. I'm not leaving this. I want to get into the schools. I want to get in there. I want to educate teachers. You know, for younger kids, it's the parents. The parents need to be educated around it to adapt them to the kids. And for me as a kid, I didn't understand it, and it's probably very hard to you know to take in and stuff like that as a kid. So parents, learn as much as you can about things, educate yourselves. Go on my website, the ADHD 360, ADHD Unite UK on Facebook. I've put research stuff on there for parents and kids. You know, I'll be adding more to it. So I'm trying to get all the information all in one place for you. Proper research stuff as well. Not any, you know, you can pick a lot of not non-research. Yeah. I started doing that, you know, on TikTok. There was unresearched, but you know, it did help me a bit. But the research stuff and the education side of things, get educated about it, and parents get educated about your kids. And I don't mean that in a bad way or anything like, you know, I'm not trying to say you don't know about your kids. ADHD needs to be educated. You need to know the ins and outs of it, and then you can help your kids have an easier, safer lifestyle. You know, please educate yourselves. Yeah. No one was educated when I was young. I went down the wrong path. I spent time in jail, kids' homes, Bartmore Secure Unit, and it went on and on and on. Yeah, I don't want that for anybody else. It's a horrible experience. And now I'm educated. I'm living a life. I feel like I've had another spiritual awakening, to be totally honest. It's great. I'm proper, I'm alive again. I understand myself. So when something crops up, I recognise it and I know it. But listen, I'm going to have to go, and have a great day. And if you need to reach out, send me a message on Facebook. If I can help, I will help. Can't help everybody though. But listen, all you ADHDs, get together. Let's build a big community. Let's help each other. There'll be ADHD Unite UK charity going on. I'm definitely doing it. I'm in the middle of doing it. I need to get it going. I want volunteers, extra coaches, extra counsellors, counselling, everything. I'll be putting on meditation nights once a month. The once a month evening with Graham Summerscales. I'll also be doing, I've got to go through it myself yet, but a 12-step program for ADHDers, and what I just call a community chit chat, where I'm going to just have an evening where we come and have brews, biscuits, have a chit chat. What have we done today? How many wins? What's gone bad? What's gone good? What turn the negative stuff into the positive stuff. And this one thing I didn't do was look at the good things I could do, because I didn't know I had ADHD. The minute I knew I had ADHD, the minute I started learning, it's not this, it's creativity. It's not this, it's something else. Positive things. I was always looking at negative. So try and look at yourself. Try and find the positive things within you and really learn. And I can't say it again. Education around ADHD is a massive thing. I'm happy today. And if it can help you be happy as well, yeah, I will do. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.